watching the IUP TV News Bulletin, bringing you stories relevant to IUP and the Indiana community on Channel 6 and 20.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on this Thursday, October 13th. I'm Matt Palumbo.
And I'm Hannah Caminetti, coming to you this evening in association with WIUP News.
Contractors and residents are celebrating the completion of a water renovation project in Indiana County. This is in response to multiple reports showing up in recent years of high contamination levels in older wells and systems. These minerals included high levels of lead and copper, which Penvest responded to by providing over $10 million for the operation. Project manager John Emerson tells the public that a new 20-mile pipeline that channels water from Plumville to Marion Center will be supplying 450 new homes and the Marion Center School District. The Pennsylvania Department of Education has announced that more than $1 million in It's On Us PA grants are available to colleges, universities, and other post-secondary schools in Pennsylvania. It's On Us PA is a statewide campaign that invites education leaders in all Pennsylvanians to be a part of the solution to protect students and employees from sexual violence. Since 2016, the Wolf administration has awarded 225 It's On Us PA grants, totaling nearly $6 million to 84 post-secondary institutions, including public and private 2-year and 4-year colleges and universities. Biden administration officials on Tuesday previewed the Department of Education's student loan forgiveness application process, which they said would be easy, straightforward, and resistant to fraud. The application process has been delayed slightly by the government, but officials believe applications will be available to the public sometime later this month. Under the forgiveness plan, people who made less than $125,000 in the year 2020 or 2021 tax year, or less than $250,000 as a couple, will be eligible to cancel up to $10,000 in federal student loan debt, or up to $20,000 for people with Pell Grants for low-income families. The program is expected to apply to 43 million Americans, with 20 million having their debt completely wiped out, according to White House officials. Nuclear expert Laura Rockwood says U.S. President Joe Biden's Armageddon warnings could become a reality, but we're not on the brink of nuclear war yet. Biden's warning comes following concerning comments made by Russian President Vladimir Putin that he would use all available means to defend Russian territory. Rockwood also states that since Russian forces have been depleted during their conflicts in Ukraine, Putin may more likely to dispatch nuclear weapons. Experts also believe that North Korea is a threat for nuclear attacks due to its hostile relationships with the United States and Russia. President Biden also stated that this is our greatest threat to nuclear war since the Cuban Missile Crisis, which has many Americans worried. The term sustainable can be defined in many ways, depending on how you approach it.
That's why Stoker Wyzorek is here to tell us what officials were talking about the past weekend at the IUP Hub. Still ahead, looking at our radio station as it celebrates 53 years of airtime.
But first, a special day of the year and how the LGBTQ community is celebrating it. After this.
For most people who do, coming out is way more than just a challenge. It can be scary not knowing if the people you love will support you.
Yes, Anna, and our reporter Frey Heidi says this topic is one that many people in the LGBTQ community are thinking about this week. Next up, a local town with some important history going back to the 17th and 18th century.
And what plans the IUP rugby team has for this season.
Ever wonder how things started here or how long they've been around? Look no further than this story by our Stoker Wyzorek about an event happening this weekend in Ligonier, Pennsylvania. Aside from hitting the books, some athletes can't wait to get back on the field. Specifically, this semester's rugby team at IUP, says our reporter Eric Beswick. If you haven't heard yet, IUP News is collaborating with our local radio station, 90.1 WIUP FM, where you can also receive up-to-date stories produced by IUP students coming from multiple backgrounds.
If you're interested to volunteer and produce local stories with our team, please contact one of us on our website, iup.godaddysites.com.
On Saturday, a cleanup is scheduled for Blue Spruce Park. Volunteers are encouraged to arrive before 9 a.m. and will be provided with trash bags, gloves, and vests. Our question of the week: do you live on or off campus and why? Comment your answer on our Instagram at IUP_news. That will do it for IUP News this week. On the next show, we'll have stories about things like a Love for Life 5K and the creative side of IUP students. I'm Matt Palumbo.
And I'm Hannah Caminetti. On behalf of the IUP News team, we want to thank you for choosing us as your local news source.
And don't forget to listen to our news show on 90.1 WIUP FM every Tuesday at 4 p.m. And follow our Instagram page at IUP_news. With that being said, I'm Donovan Carrington. Please take care and good night.